Hello and welcome to Opinions Plus. When will the physical violence come? What's stopping it? I really have no idea, but I'm sure it'll be coming fairly soon. The whole political spectrum has gone crazed and stupid. Sad to say, but it's true. Um, and it's more so sadly and again and again and again and again, sadly on these Republicans who act so uh, you know so affronted, so abused, so filled with victimhood. I don't get that. I don't understand why these people consider themselves people of prominence, because they certainly don't act like it. They act, as many commentators have said, little petulant childs who cry and whine and whimper, provide nothing of consequence but only just sorrow and sadness and vitriol. That seems to be the way it is. Then this Trump trial thing has shown much more of it, as these people come down to humiliate themselves, who are using time and energy for public service and put it into a political point of view, saying the same old dumb things. You know, he's not being prosecuted; he's being persecuted. If they don't come for me, if if they can come for him, they'll come for you. Well, of course they'll come for you. They would have put you in jail a long time ago if you've done what he did. Everybody knows it. They say it's a two-tiered system. Well, of course it is. It's more than that. It's a 14-tiered system. But it isn't tiered for the poor guy. There is justice in many ways, but it is not equal justice before the law. What are these people whining about? That one man is being indicted because he did crimes, and now they're looking at those crimes. Sure, it should have been done earlier. Sure, many things should have been done if people had backbones instead of cowardly people who run away, whether it's media or not. Many of the Democrats, showed no spine, no caliber, showed little quality. Are there bad guys in both systems? As Mr. Trump said in Charlottesville, boy, there's beautiful people on both sides. You hear this stupid statement constantly in the media. Are there perfect, beautiful people on both sides? How the hell do I know? I mean, are there odds that people who are supporting neo-Nazi philosophies, who want to, burn the Jews again, take away the rights of people? Are people who believe in that? Do they have good people on their side? Well, there's many things that are going on today that want to take away the rights of the American people. They want to disavow or displace and destroy the foundations of the, three branches of government. They've already kind of destroyed the balance of government right now. Three branches are supposed to be independent branches to act in accord of their own, to have checks and balances against the other, but you can't do that if everybody wants to uncheck the checks. Go down and support a man who obviously, had sex with this woman, obviously had no care and concern about the relationship with his wife. It's obvious. He hadn't before. It's not going to change. But that doesn't matter to people. Why? I don't know that. It should matter to people, but it doesn't. But there is going to be violence from all of this. This mix up of morality, this mix up of what is right and wrong. You have a religious pastor in North Carolina having a clip go viral about the blasphemous concept of putting the Constitution in with the New and Old Testament and selling it, and endorsed by Trump. He called it blasphemy, and I did that in a clip before. It is blasphemy. There's nothing good about it. This man hawks everything, sells anything, and it's okay. That's what they want in a president, a hawking, con, adulterer, whatever. You can't even bring those sentences together in my mind clearly enough to articulate, to describe what kind of character that man has. And are there other men like him? Of course there are. He's just a man. He's just blood, flesh and blood like all of us. That's it. There's nothing great about the man. Certainly not his actions or his intellect or his ability to, in this debate thing he's got now, Joe Biden says, okay, let's debate. One in June, one in September, and be done with it. Now he's whining, it can't, and all these sycophants. I crying out loud, jeez, just debate if you want to debate, you coward. But now they're gonna, oh, it's not fair, this is not, oh, whine, whine, whine. If he had power, if he had strength or whatever, he'd walk into that studio. It's not like, oh, wow, there's going to be guys with guns and blindfold him and put a bag over his head. He's going to talk. But no, it's all unfair. Oh, whine, whine, cry, cry. But that brings out the protective quality of these people who are surround him and God knows why. Unbelievable to think that, like that Cohen character. He had a change of heart. He changed. He would take a bullet for the guy. I've heard that before. When the time comes, I don't think people take bullets for those crackers, but, whatever Trump gave him, he gave him something of value for him to stay with him for so long. And then suddenly to wake up, the epiphany comes. He's a con man. He's going to sell America to the Russians in Helsinki. He said as much. He believed Putin over his own intel people in public, directly, and yet people stand by and don't fight back. Don't say that this is wrong. Dead wrong. Even as ex-chiefs of staff, they don't come out and stand across the board and say the things they need to say. Romney just had an interview, Senator Romney, and, who has shown some abilities to stand for what he considered right. Few in this Republican partisanic way of life we live today. But what is the partisan gig anyway? What the heck is that? You join the club, my God, you got to fight for it to tooth and nail. To do what with it? What are you gaining from it? That's the biggest issue. What are they gaining from it? Even in their own little minds and hearts. Following that guy got nobody anything. Got some pardons out of them, but what else? What else? Stand up, people. Stand up and be honest. Be righteous. And he says, oh, there's no supporters out in the bloody street in front of my thing. So what do? Just yesterday, I guess it was, they drove up with a U-Haul. Some of these supporters who never showed up before, have balloons, put faces of the prosecutors, Bragg and the other prosecutors, on these balloons, which are male genitalia balloons, and sent them off. Crass, crude, despicable action. And the guy taking the picture, the clip, one of them anyway, said, oh, wow, that's great. Look at that. Oh, how. That isn't great. It's pathetic and less than childish. There's a sickness there. You can see it, can't you? Supporting things like that do not gain us anything. Do not gain the person who rents the truck and buys the, balloon creations and does the work and giggles the whole time and think what a great thing he's doing to support Donald J. Trump and the unfairness of the trouble in Manhattan by sending genitalia up with pictures of Bragg. How stupid. How ridiculous. And as I said in my last clip, that Michael Johnson coming in, giving up all his religious decency. To do what? To advocate for a man who slept with a woman. Whether you think that's the most horrible thing, but he's an adulterer. He's been an adulterer before. He's always been an adulterer. And that's what he is. But he wanted the experience, I guess, to sleep, or not to sleep, but to have sex with his porn star. Whoa. What a guy. And then he denies it in this whole trial. But everybody knows he did. Anyway, we're coming to violence with all this mess because the moral decay is there. And when I saw those pictures of those balloons going up, it just heightens it. Then during the Civil War, the politicos would hold up, uniform jackets of wounded soldiers filled with blood, their blood, just to get people riled up. That's what these people do. So think, people, think. Again, it's a think, people, think video clip. Think about it. Talk about it. Understand that we're in a crisis here. A moral crisis, a social crisis. Not just a political one for voting for a piece of crap like Donald Trump, which he is. He's no good. Ruined every business he had. I just saw the thing about how he lost that football team and ruined that thing. Generals, I think it was, years back. Steaks and vodka and everything else he's lost. Ruined. But he's good politicking, good raising money over nothing, good for people who don't have much money to send their own last money into it for the sacred cause of what? They don't even identify what is. They can't even do that. So this clip is for the society that says, stop it, stop it, stop it. If possible. I don't think it is, but violence will come. Do not be surprised. Violence will come. This is just leading it on, and there's nobody out there, nobody in the top line, stating it clearly, putting their hand out and say, stop. Please stop. They don't care enough, know enough, feel enough, whatever it is. And especially in the own, quote unquote, these conservative bastions, which are not conservative at all, they destroy. All they want to do is tear down. They don't want to conserve anything. Look at it, feel it, get shaken up by it, because it's hurting this country, it's hurting the world, it's everywhere. But this disease that's spreading across the society is ingraining itself, embedding itself in all types of people. We need to stop it, seek a cure from it. But violence will come. How? I don't know. I don't see any leaders, but then again, I didn't know about these Proud Boy leadership. But there's all types of militias out there, always been, all types of people, never anyone. But the majority of people are decent, honorable, God-fearing, loving people. And I don't really care what God you honor. I don't care what you believe in. As long as you do it and understand the decency and respect of others. It has nothing to do with the Christian God or any other God. Decency and honor, respect, values, character matters. Go to the good. Keeping hope alive. I guess it's going to be a theme for these clips for quite a while. Maybe I'll drift into something else, but boy, when I saw that, I just had to mention it because violence is going to be coming. Don't be surprised. And I don't know what people talk about it. Ooh, somebody gets killed or shot at or whatever, which is going to happen. And it's already happened in a variety of ways. I just heard that some guy down in Texas was pardoned for shooting a Black Lives Matter man 5 times. Just because. Anyway, the violence is coming. Be prepared. I'm sorry to say. I don't mean to be negative. Well, I guess I do. I mean, it is negative, so I'm saying it, so I guess I mean to be negative, but I don't mean to focus on the negative. There's so much positive in the world. It can grow, but you can't ignore the negatives. You can't ignore the horror. You can't ignore the shame. You can't ignore this. Especially in your heart. You can't ignore this type of future. And it will not be a good one. There will be sorrow, and we'll all pay a price for it, for no other damn good reason that people can't get together, which they've done over the years, but now the sickness is in the worm that ate John F. Kennedy's brain is in these people's heads. Compromise is not there. Be aware. Thanks for listening. Maybe my next clip will be positive. Maybe my next clip will say, compromise is on the rise. Maybe. But we have to fight against the things, the evil, the worms that we see, the viruses that we understand are there. You have to fight against it in some way. Agape, diversity, keep hope alive, go to the good. We know what good is, and it's not sending pictures of prosecuting attorneys and on genitalia up just to be a jerk. That's not goodness. That's one of the lowest levels you're going to get to, and these people can go lower than that, believe me. They will. And they attack children. They'll attack anybody. When Trump says, I'm taking it for you, well, they're going to take it on at you. It doesn't stop. People don't stop. Once the worm is in there, it's done. They're going. Until there's some cure, some special elven medicine they get. Thanks for listening. If you like what you hear, subscribe and hit the like button. Send it on to someone. Again, I have a small viewership, but make comments. Always comments. There's so many out there who are articulate and aware and want to share. So please do. Not for me. You can for me if you want, but not for me. For anybody who will take the time to read it. Because it's important to share. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Bye for now.